Today, we are reviewing Justice League number 51. First minute or so of this video will be the two-part non-spoiler review. Afterward, we will go into some details of what actually went on in the comics. This issue, Justice League number 51, takes place 4.5 years prior to the current DC Rebirth timeline. That is why we have Dick Grayson as Robin. This issue specifically focuses on Dick Grayson's introduction into the Justice League. Now we're entering the two-part non-spoiler review section where I simply tell you should you pass on it or should you pull it. This issue, in my opinion, while having lots of action, could be seen as filler in terms of the main storyline. But I will not go into detail until the spoiler section. There was significance added in the end.
Pull!
While I had some issues with the storyline about where its place was in the grand scheme of things, they added some significance that makes me curious what's going to happen next. I definitely recommend acquiring this. Definitely did not regret reading it. And even if you're not interested in the story, if you're interested in the relationship between specifically Batman and Robin, definitely would recommend this one. The next section is the second part where I give it a rating. Now, we give it out of Infinity Stones. 0 Infinity Stones being the worst, 6 Infinity Stones being the possible best. I consider 3 and above Infinity Stones to be good. I give this one 4 out of 6 Infinity Stones. Definitely check it out. Now we're entering the spoiler review section, so if you have not read the comic, you might want to head out now. One of the most talked about moments in this comic is very early on there. Justice League have noticed a crisis on Earth. Plot suggests that maybe instead of them handling it, maybe Zatanna and, quote, the nutjob Brit handle it. And this is referring to John Constantine. And Hal Jordan makes a joke about his memory being wiped and feeling shameful and smelling of cigarette smoke after an encounter with Constantine. This is a sexual innuendo and a lot of people got laughs out of it. There's a moment with Cyborg and Green Lantern where they're trying to figure out what's going on, and Robin, Dick Grayson Robin, is able to deduce what is going on. Personally, I thought it was maybe a combined attack led under one ruler. I'm curious to see what you guys thought, but they weren't all connected. They were just all happening at the same time. And this is a moment for Robin's detective mind to shine and show that he really not only belongs to the Justice League, but this kid could be like the next Batman and is just as good. This is our first look at the villain, and this is our first indication that there's something bigger going on, that this story isn't just about the Justice League fighting these random villains in the middle of the town, that there's a story arc that could involve multiple comics, and we have this villain who's unidentified, which adds mystery to the story and personally saves the story for me. Curious what you guys think this is. I have my own theories. Please comment below on what your idea is. I've heard people postulate that this is Mr. Twister or Antithesis. I would like to see what you guys think, and I'm still working on my own theory, but this definitely saved the story for me. In the last panels, they did a really good job of really making it interesting. We have both the dialogue between Batman and Robin, and then we have as well at the same time the thoughts of the villain. We get to see that Batman really believes in Dick Grayson and believes that not only that he can be part of the Justice League, but he's going to be the one to lead it. What was most interesting for me, story-wise, was that this villain wants to target Robin. It really makes me curious what happens next. I wasn't even really interested in Titans Rebirth number 1. I was going to read it, of course, but after reading this one, I was more excited for it. Please be sure to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about this comic. Let me know if you liked it or not, or any possible predictions for story arcs. Thank you.